Hi guys! Welcome back to Accounting is Easy PH. This video is another series entitled Financial Management. Financial management has become a vital part of our daily life, and without it, we will have difficulties in handling our resources. In this video, we will be able to learn what is finance, its examples, relationship to economics and accounting, the role of finance in an organization, and the differences of corporate finance, capital markets, and the investments. So what is finance? According to Corporate Finance Institute, finance is defined as the management of money and includes activities such as investing, borrowing, lending, budgeting, saving, and forecasting. Some of the examples of activities under finance are the following: investing personal money in stocks, bonds, or guaranteed investment certificates or GICs. Borrowing money from institutional investors by issuing bonds on behalf of a public company. Lending money to people by providing them a mortgage to buy a house. Using Excel spreadsheets to build a budget and financial model for a corporation. Saving personal money in a high-interest savings account, and developing a forecast for government spending and revenue collection. We need to take note that it's very important to learn finance because it has an important role in decision making regarding our resources, especially the money. So how finance being compared to economics and accounting? Economics developed the notion that an asset's value is based on the future cash flows the assets will provide, while accounting provides information regarding the likely size of those cash flows. In short sense, economists is the one who determine the value of an asset, while the accountants are the one who provide the information needed by the economists to value the assets. Finance then lies between economics and accounting. So, people who work in finance need the knowledge of both the accounting and economics. In the modern corporation, the accounting department falls under the control of the Chief Financial Officer or the CFO. So, what is the role of finance in an organization? So let's use the chart being illustrated by Brigham. In the chart, the board of directors is the top governing body, and the chairperson of the board is generally the highest ranking individual. The CEO comes next, but note that the chairperson of the board often serves as the CEO as well. In the sample chart, the CEO comes the Chief Operating Officer or the COO, who is often also designated as a firm's president. The COO directs the firm's operations, which include marketing, manufacturing, sales, and other operating departments. The CFO, who is generally a senior vice president and a third-ranking officer, is in charge of accounting, financing, credit policy, decisions regarding assets acquisitions, and investor relations, which involves communication with stockholders and the press. If the firm is publicly owned, the CEO and the CFO must both certify to the Securities and Exchange Commission or the SEC that reports released to stockholders, and especially the annual report, are accurate. If inaccuracies later emerge, the CEO and CFO could be fined or even jailed. This requirement was instituted in 2002 as a part of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. The act was passed by Congress in the wake of a series of corporate scandals involving now defunct companies such as Enron and WorldCom, where investors, workers, and suppliers lost billions of dollars due to false information released by those companies. Please take note that the finance department is the source of our data for analysis. If the finance department falsify the information in our reports, then it's highly probable that we make incorrect decisions, which may lead us to bankruptcy or uncontrollable losses. Finance is generally divided into three areas: 1. Financial management, 2. Capital markets, and 3. Investments. Financial management, also called corporate finance, focuses on decisions relating to the value and the types of assets to acquire, how to raise the capital needed to buy assets, and how to run the firm so as to maximize its value. Please take note that this video focuses on financial management. Next, we have capital markets. The capital markets relate to the markets where interest rates, along with stock and bond prices, are determined. Also studied here are the financial institutions that supply capital to businesses such as banks, investment banks, stockbrokers, mutual funds, insurance companies, and the like. So who govern these institutions? The one who regulate banks is the Central Banks of the Philippines. Trading of stocks is the Philippine Stock Exchange, and the corporation who issues bonds or stocks is the Securities and Exchange Commission. And lastly is investments. Investments relate to decisions concerning stocks and bonds and include a number of activities such as security analysis, portfolio theory, and market analysis. Security analysis deals with finding the proper values of individual securities such as stocks and bonds. Portfolio theory, on the other hand, deals with the best way to structure portfolios or baskets of stocks and bonds. Rational investors want to hold diversified portfolios in order to limit risks, so choosing a properly balanced portfolio is an important issue for any investor. In here, investors need to decide whether to invest more on bonds, invest more on equity, or equally balanced investments. And lastly, market analysis. Market analysis deals with the issue of whether stock and bond markets at any given time are too high, too low, or about right. In here, we need to study the behavior of the market and its effect to our investment decision making. Although we separate these three areas, they are closely interconnected to each other. Banking is studied under capital markets, but a bank lending officer evaluating a business loan request must understand corporate finance to make a sound decision. Similarly, a corporate treasurer negotiating with a banker must understand banking if the treasurer is to borrow on reasonable terms. Moreover, a security analyst trying to determine a stock's true value must understand corporate finance and capital markets to do his or her job. In addition, financial decisions of all types depend on the level of interest rates. So all people in corporate finance, investments, and banking must know something about interest rates and the way they are determined, which all be discussed in this series of videos titled Financial Management. And there you are! Sinong nagsabing mahirap ang accounting? Mag-subscribe na sa aming YouTube page na Accounting is Easy PH at mag-like ka na rin sa aming Facebook page na Accounting is Easy PH. This is Coach Ken, signing off.